Welcome back, guys. Finally, I think it's been like a month since we filmed.
Mm-hmm.
Some crazy like that. Same spot. Still Bannock and Ian's apartment. It's a lot colder since the last time we filmed. It snowed. How much did it snow? My phone said it snowed like 13 inches. I just don't believe that.
Right. I think it was like 5 or 6.
It didn't. Not
That's
that much
a
on
lot.
the ground.
Yeah, 5 or 6 inches.
Average.
I thought it was more than that.
No, it's
More than 5.
About average.
In case you could not tell, we do have a live audience. I think this is the most we've ever had. Serenity and Ella.
Sure.
No, Ella's been here before. Serenity's new.
Woo!
Dix and Ella have been here.
No, don't say it like that.
So this is the most that we've had. This is five people that we have watching, including Bannock, who's in the chair. There's been a lot that's happened over the last month in the sports world. So I think we're gonna start off with the most important part, and that's football. Super Bowl matchup has been picked. A rematch of 2015, 14. It's one of those years.
Something like that.
Yeah. Seahawks and Pats. Some would argue that the Pats have had a cakewalk the whole way there, but they also, on the other hand, have beaten 3 top 5 defenses in the playoffs. So, only team to ever do that. But, I mean, who do you got? Let's just get into it.
Start at the top. Yeah. I mean, I want the Seahawks to win, and I also think the Seahawks will win.
Mm-hmm.
That conference championship game definitely affected by the weather for the Pats, but I just can't see New England's defense keeping up with the Seahawks after that game. I think Ken Walker's going to run all over them. The Seahawks will run the ball. They'll lean into that, and I think the Seahawks will win.
I think this is it's kind of interesting because they're going to a division rival stadium to play the Super Bowl. In a way, I think familiarity might play a role. Like they've played in San Francisco once, but they play in San Francisco often.
Yeah.
I'm also going to take Seattle. I really just don't see a world where the Patriots win. And I think it would just be poetic if it came down to a goal line play and the Seahawks ran the ball. Or maybe this is a game where Seahawks have the most rushing yards of the year. Who knows?
Could be.
I just hope it somehow that Seahawks fans can forget that. I mean, they're good fans. They're good fans. The 12s. The Pats, to your point, I just don't see the defense being able to keep up. But their offense hasn't looked great. Even when they've scored a lot, like against Houston, I think they scored 16 against the Chargers. They scored a lot against Houston, but Drake May fumbled 4 times.
I do not trust Drake May. It's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And really don't trust their running backs either. I think they're fumble prone. And I kind of just really like how Darnold's playing right now. He's got a great mentality to him. I think he has a really good game in the Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah, I think this game's ultimately going to come down to defenses, and I like Seattle's better. Yeah. Also, I'm not ready for New England to be good again. I've been okay with them not being good. Kind of like the Chiefs. Everybody can just chill out for a little bit. Let some new guys come in, then y'all could do your thing again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I like that.
Well, next year it's going to be a Bears-Bills Super Bowl, and then we can that'll be like America's Super Bowl next year.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
No one hates that.
No.
Chiefs will be back in a couple years.
That's right. Do you have anything else you want to say about the Super Bowl coming?
Bad Bunny. We can always talk about.
Oh,
Bad
yeah,
Bunny.
that's true. We can, honestly.
He just dropped the Super Bowl merch. It's kind of I was hoping it would be a little bit better, to be honest. But there is like a Goki. It's like a plush Goki with like all the teams on it, and I want a Bears like Goki because I really like Gokis.
Cookies?
If you don't know what they are, it's a frog native to Puerto Rico. They're like the size of a dime, but they're really really loud. Like it's kind of incredible how loud they are. They're very soothing to me. Kind of how like Kiki likes ASMR. It's Cookies.
You like cookies?
I like cookies.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good comparison.
It's like, yeah, they go hand in hand. Yeah. And by the way, if you like ASMR, I'm outing you. You are a weird person. You are a serial killer. That's
not valid.
Yeah, that is not
No, because I don't care if we get
Tristan, I
sidetracked.
agree with you.
I don't care if we get sidetracked. No, think about how weird ASMR is in person. Would you have somebody come up to you and whisper in your ear to help you go to sleep?
It's not the point.
That's not the same. It's not the same.
And also, like, isn't
You don't
that
understand.
the same as like a kid having like a bedtime story read to them?
No.
No,
It's
that's
so
not the same.
I get
If it was like
overstimulated.
whispered
It's
right
like
in your
the
ear,
same-
maybe.
It's the same vibe.
It
Like,
makes me
it's
angry.
soothing. It's
Yeah.
just
Thank
like-
you. It does not
It's
help
like
me.
when I hear
I
wet
don't
mouth
like
noises,
eating. No, I don't
I
like that.
get physically violent.
It's just like
Guys, to each their own. You guys are being haters, okay?
Amen.
That's right. Agree to disagree.
God forbid
Yeah.
someone likes something you don't.
Bad Bunny. I don't know how we got from Bad Bunny to that.
You think Bad Bunny likes ASMR?
Gokies.
But No.
That's what
No.
But I could see him making ASMR.
Ooh,
I listen to
I listen to
maybe.
I listen to.
I honestly
Benito
haven't
ASMR.
listened to a lot of Bad Bunny, but I am still excited for
Dude,
this
I'll
for
put
the
you- I'll
halftime
put
show.
you on. I'll put you on. I got it.
If he does a really good job, which I think he will, then
Yeah.
I'll probably get into him more.
Oh, absolutely. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he may or may not be bisexual. So go for it. Man. Shoot the shot.
I mean, I'm just like trying out his music.
Oh, that's what. That's not what I'm doing.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sugar daddy, and I'm good. But we can move on to the other NFL stories, the coaching carousel.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I think the most surprising hire to me so far. Actually, there's two. It's Stefanski to the Falcons,
Mhm.
and it's definitely McCarthy to the Steelers, which we talked about a little bit.
Yep.
I'll start with the Stefanski one. I mean, do you have any opinions on the Stefanski one? Anything that stands out for you in particular?
No, you can go ahead.
I think with Stefanski, yes, he was a 2-time coach of the year, wasn't he? 21 and 23. I think.
No, he's at least one.
I definitely think it was time for him to go in Cleveland. I mean, just with how the whole Shador stuff played out, it just made sense that he was gone. I just don't know if he's the right coach for Atlanta. But Matt Ryan seems like he's excited to have him in. I don't see it working out in Atlanta. I liked Morris. I wanted him to succeed. Obviously, for starters, there's not a lot of black head coaches to begin with, so I tend to try to support them anyway. But I think he should have gone too. It was a weird situation. I just don't see Stefanski leading the Falcons to success. I don't know if you do.
I like Stefanski personally. I feel like he always got the short end of the stick in Cleveland because you go from Baker to Deshaun to this weird combination of rookies, and now it looks like Shador is going to take over. But I feel like he never really had his guy there.
Mm.
There was always problems, it sounded like, between him and the front office, which made it really so it's like not his team. But he always put together great defenses. I think the Falcons really need that. And we've seen what he's done with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt in the past. And now he has Bijan and Tyler Algier. I think the run game's only going to look better. And, yeah, he's had as many bad seasons in Cleveland as he has good, but I don't think it's the worst hire of the offseason.
I wouldn't say it's the worst. I said it was surprising. I was surprised that they hired him. Maybe it will work out. I mean, 2-time coach of the year speaks for itself. But I definitely say the most. I just didn't see McCarthy going to the Steelers. I didn't see that coming.
I didn't even know he was like on the radar of teams as like looking to hire. I
Because
guess.
they didn't talk about that at
No.
all. No. But I guess it makes sense. He was on the McAfee show a lot, so
like every day.
like I guess he was trying to get his your hat in the ring. That's the saying.
Yeah.
We were talking about it the other day. I don't know if we talked about it at Mort's or what we were doing something
Probably,
else.
yeah.
But McCarthy, like the Steelers have been the Steelers for the last 19 years, and they're so consistent. They've had like 3 head coaches in the last 60 years, something like that. Is McCarthy really going to be that guy of stability that you have? I mean, he's a chronic, like his issues, it's time management. It's for some reason they're never prepared for time management. He's more of an offensive guy. That's not Pittsburgh. Like that's just not what you think when you see. I think this is them trying to change the guard a little bit. Maybe trying to change their identity. They've been a very mediocre offense for the past, to be honest, like 10 years. I mean, maybe in 2021 when we started off 11-0, I presume they were at least better than average. But I don't know. I'm assuming you have thoughts as well. But
I mean, my main point to it was that like Tomlin had instilled this culture in Pittsburgh where like when you think of culture in football, Pittsburgh has some of the best in the past. Well, since Tomlin's been the coach, and they haven't been good in all those years. It's just been because of what Tomlin's done over there. I don't think McCarthy's the kind of guy to keep that going. And also, he's had a really good quarterback at every spot he's been at. I'm not sure how he's going to do with
whoever it is.
Like, we have no idea right now. So that's my main concern with him.
Yes, Barry.
I hope Mike Tomlin enjoys retirement because he
Yeah.
has been a really good coach in the NFL for a long time.
I feel like, and we had talked about this before, I'm not sure if we ever talked about it on the pod. I don't know what it is with Tomlin, though. I feel like we hold him to this different standard, because if it was just a white coach, if they had been mediocre for that long, everybody would be calling for their firing. But until this year, they didn't really feel like that Tomlin firing or him leaving was
But
a
you got to
real
think, just
possibility.
because they were mediocre, like, a lot of those 9-win, 8-win seasons still got them to the playoffs, so it kind of
But they haven't-
balanced it out.
They hadn't won a playoff game in 10 years.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
It's mediocre players, too.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I see, and that's what I was going to say with McCarthy. I don't see McCarthy as a leader of men. I see that with
That's
Tomlin.
right.
I think he's a good motivator. He knows how to get the best out of his players, knows how to get the best out of his guys. You got a 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers who had been everywhere in the media, talking kind of like we all thought he was kind of crazy. You didn't really hear a lot about him outside the field. I think George Pickens is another story, but but just what we see out of Tomlin was consistency, even if it was mediocre, and I think maybe that's why, because of how consistently.
I agree with that. I think to your point, like even though there was some of those mediocre seasons, everyone knew that he was a player's coach. His players liked him, fans liked him, and he kept it real in all the interviews. When they were bad, he said they were bad, and he just kept it real. And I think that's why he stuck around for so long, is because the players and the front office liked him so much.
Yeah, he gave him a chance every year. I think the one hire that maybe is getting swept under the rug a little bit, and maybe the firing, we can definitely talk about McDermott, but Mike McDaniel to the Chargers. That's been my favorite hire so far. I like that offensive-minded guy. I don't know if he's head coach worthy. Maybe he'll get another shot in the future, but I really did like him. He's a fun personality, but I think that's kind of what the Chargers needed. They needed like a good offense. Like they had a top 5 defense again this year, and they fell short. They fell flat on their face in the playoffs. And I mean, I'm excited to see what they do. I like Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh can help
the Giants. Oh yeah.
But I just want somebody to. Well, I was talking about John. Or is it Jim?
Oh, Jim Harbaugh?
It's
Yeah,
Jim.
that makes more sense.
Yeah, you're talking about
He's
the
talking
Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah. But hopefully this gets Herbert a win. I mean, Herbert's definitely had some lackluster performances, but also the teams around him in the playoffs can.
Yeah, I think Mike McDaniel's situation was entirely like he just needed to change the scene. Like everyone knows he knows how to run an offense, and maybe he'll get another chance to coach again someday, like head coach. But I really think he just needed to step back, and because there was clearly some stuff going on, just like personally in his life, that was affecting him. So I think just going back to being OC, I don't see a world where the Chargers offense looks bad next season or not even like improved, I guess.
Yeah, I mean they definitely have some choice. I know Khalil Mack is a free agent, and
They're gonna have to build that O line up because they just were not helping Herbert at all in the playoffs.
Well, their 2 tackles were hurt, and they were 2 top 10 tackles at their position, especially Alt.
The problem is so many of those guys are young, and they're gonna have to pay them top dollar. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I mean Joe Alt is 6'8", so you better keep him.
AFC West is going to be hard to compete.
Yeah, because
we were talking about this. Like, there's gonna be 3 really good divisions next year. I think it's the NFC North, NFC West, and AFC West.
Yeah.
The NFC North was the only what's the word? Division. I was gonna say position.
Yeah.
Division to have all 4 teams finish above 500. They're also the only division that kept all of their head coaches. So, I think that's gonna be
the
something.
NFC North.
The NFC North, NFC West. It depends on what the Cardinals do.
I mean, the Raiders are still going to be dookie probably.
But they'll have possibly the quarterback of the future. So
And their running back.
it's gonna be. And they have they hired a new coach yet?
No, I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know.
But I mean, while we're on the topic of OCs, obviously the Chiefs, they're bringing back Bieniemy to be the OC. Nagy's going away, not really because of a firing or anything, but kind of mutual. He wants to go head coach or at least be somewhere we can be the OC as the primary play caller, because Reed has been calling the plays for pretty much forever. And I don't think a lot of people realize that when they're calling for Nagy's head. And
I call it Nagy's head.
But I do agree with the move. Like, the offense is too familiar. It needed to change. And also knowing what Bieniemy did with, I'd say not a very skilled backfield in Chicago, to I think he can make also a not very skilled backfield for KC. Just elevate that a lot because no one is worried about the run game in KC.
I'd agree with you to an extent with the not skilled backfield. I think the one thing with Swift that goes over a lot of people's head, his ball carrier vision. It's very questionable. There are decisions that he makes sometimes, but Monangai was definitely steal the draft. But I don't know. I like the hire for you guys for sure. And just a familiar face. I think that helps.
Yeah, Mahomes likes him.
Yeah.
The offense was top 5 every season with Bieniemy. Why not bring it back? I would have liked to see an outside hire, if I'm going to be honest, but this is not the worst hire for them.
Yeah. I don't know where Nagy goes, because did Tennessee hire a coach yet? Yes, Saleh. Because that was where he was interviewing, so I have no idea where he's going to go now.
I assume Summer is OC.
Keep him away from Chicago. Put your walls up. Just don't bring him back.
You don't want to swap OCs.
No, we still have our OC. Declan
Oh,
Doyle
yeah.
stayed.
Bieniemy is the running backs coach there.
Yeah. I think one last coach thing that I want to. It's definitely McDermott. I think McDermott got scapegoated a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Though, even though I did kind of call for his firing a couple points, I think he did kind of get scapegoated. I don't think you should get fired where your star quarterback throws 4 picks. I don't really think that that's on you. You also kind of got the short end of the stick on a couple calls.
Yeah.
The PI and Tre'Davious White was controversial at the end, and the interception, I don't know, the corner or the safety who picked it off, but I don't know if that was really worth getting. I mean, they made it 7 straight years to the postseason. They were the 2 seed twice. Really, the only reason why they hadn't won or even gotten a chance is because you went against Mahomes, and he's otherworldly. So I don't know if I like the McDermott firing. And it was Phillip Rivers that he talked to Buffalo. That's who he talked to.
I don't like the firing either, but I can understand it. If you're hitting that wall that much in the playoffs, you have to make a change somewhere, and they're not going to change their quarterback. They're not going to do that. And it didn't seem like they were going to do anything in the front office because they do have a good draft history. So it really had to be McDermott. Unfortunately, I think a lot of the teams that have already hired coaches, when they see that firing, they're kind of regretting that because I'd say right now he's probably the top guy in that coaching carousel right now for the teams that haven't hired anyone yet.
I was going to say Pittsburgh. I think that's where McCarthy is.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll go to Miami.
Maybe the Raiders or something.
No way Phillip Rivers gets the job.
Coaching job.
Ever. No way.
There was the stat. He would be the second coach ever on a full-time basis to be hired before having prior coaching experience in the
That's
NFL.
the same thing as like Jeff Saturday getting the job for
That
like
was
3 weeks.
That
at
was
the end
the
of the
interim.
season.
Yeah. Well, he won that first game, and then they blew
Yeah.
the next one. And I think he won that game when they came back from 31-3 against Minnesota. I think that was
That
him.
might have been it.
I think he was there. But that's with the coaching carousel. Now to move on to college. Unfortunately, at least me, I'm not the most educated with everything's going on. Transfer portal is a whole lot. So I think we're going to just stick to Mizzou today.
Yeah.
Overall, I know you cover this a little bit more, so I'll let you take the lead on this one for...
Yeah, so the whole thing for Mizzou right now is a lot of transfers out and a lot of transfers in, but they're just not that high-quality transfers that are coming in right now. At least until a couple days ago, we've got some more people that have actually like produced in college, but right now there's a lot of volume, but we're not sure how good these players actually are. Like I know we just got like an actual blue chip wide receiver to come and start alongside Donovan, which was a necessity. But obviously Damon leaving in the portal, going to Miami now, that was unexpected. But we brought in another edge from Miami in turn.
Malik Bryant?
Malik Bryant,
Yeah.
who not as good numbers, but that's definitely the best move on the defensive side of the ball I've seen that we've made so far.
They brought in a lot of corners, like a lot. There was like a time
There's about one dude from Ole Miss who's like for sure starting on the outside.
there's a dude from Oregon.
Weren't there 2 dudes from Oregon?
I think there might have been 2, but there were like 6 corners that were transferred here in a day, and I mean that makes sense. Mizzou secondary, we had talked about it. It's been a weak spot for a while. Stephen Hall, if you somehow find this, please know that I don't like you. Like I really, you pissed me off like no player has ever done before. Hopefully you enjoy your life, but you know, I don't know. He's not going to the draft, so wherever he is. Oh God, he was terrible. It was so bad.
But yeah, I think Mizzou did do a good job of retaining the guys they were supposed to, obviously. Keeping both Hardy and Roberts.
Yeah.
I honestly was fully expecting
Roberts to go.
and
Alubade. They kept
insert some more. Yeah, Alubade and Zollers. Then obviously bringing in Austin Simmons for quarterback. And another dude from Nevada or something.
There was another quarterback.
Evan Sims maybe. To kind of just compete, I guess, because you're not sure how Simmons returns from that injury. But he was a very good prospect before getting injured for Ole Miss, and then Chambliss took over, obviously. I think he is going to be better than what Zollers is right now. I think Zollers could be that guy in the future, but at least having Simmons for that gap here, I feel a lot better about it because he still brings that dual threat ability that Drink loves to have. So
I think, honestly, we live in an age where the dual threat quarterback is probably the best way to go. You don't really see a whole lot of effective, just straight pocket passers anymore. I mean, besides Stafford, at this point, I would say he's probably the best, and I can't think of another just great one who's as immobile as he is right now. But dual threat is definitely the way to go. I mean, we saw that Bo added an element with his legs, but just not the greatest pocket presence when it came to
No.
Bo. Matt Zollers was the complete opposite. A lot of just standing there waiting for something to happen as opposed to making something
Zero
happen.
pocket presence. Yeah.
Yeah. I can appreciate his confidence in the pocket. I wouldn't be mad if he started. I'm presuming it's gonna be the same thing with Sam Horn and Bo, as they'll both be the starters throughout camp and whatever else. But hopefully that means Zollers gets better with those 1 reps all off season. So, yeah, I don't think there's another. Was there like a big transfer portal thing that happened? I don't know.
Like just around college.
Yeah,
Or?
like a big one. Like one that I was like, wow. I don't think so.
No, not off the top of my head.
Owen and Killian are probably screaming at us right now.
They're not watching. It's fine.
Owen does. I don't think Killian does. I mean, do we want to hit on the draft or do we just want to call it here?
I think we're good here. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to call it here? Yeah. Do I mean, I guess we're doing
Some closing remarks.
closing remarks.
Yeah.
What's advice that I have for young children?
Yeah, use what you've learned in your K through 12.
I mean, there's Kent Coleman went from Auburn to Texas.
That was a big one.
Didn't Indiana bring in another quarterback to replace Mendoza? That's
It was from TCU, I think.
oh, Josh Hoover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Kids learn everything about anything. That's my advice.
Mm-hmm.
Be like Bannock.
I just don't want to press that.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.